Welcome to today's episode, where we're diving into one of the most vital skills that can transform every aspect of your life: communication. Whether you're having casual conversations, leading a team, negotiating a deal, or delivering a speech, the way you communicate shapes your relationships, your influence, and even your success. Today, we're going deep into the art and science of communication, exploring practical techniques that can help you become more articulate, persuasive, and confident in any situation. So if you've ever found yourself struggling to express your thoughts clearly, feeling nervous in social interactions, or wondering how to make a lasting impact with your words, this episode is for you. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about truly connecting with others, making them feel heard, and ensuring that your message is both understood and remembered. We'll talk about everything from active listening to mastering your body language, building confidence in speech, and handling difficult conversations with ease. Because let's face it, communication happens everywhere, all the time. Whether it's a casual chat with a friend, a job interview, a crucial presentation, or even a simple text message, how you express yourself determines the outcome. So what makes someone a great communicator? It's not just about using fancy words or speaking loudly. It's about understanding the dynamics of conversation, knowing how to structure your ideas effectively, and being mindful of how you come across to others. It's also about emotional intelligence, knowing when to listen, and being adaptable to different situations and audiences. In this episode, we're going to explore key techniques to refine your communication skills, starting with active listening. Because great communication starts with being a great listener. Then we'll discuss the power of nonverbal communication, since your body language, eye contact, and even tone of voice can sometimes say more than your words. We'll also get into the secrets of persuasive speaking, how to frame your messages to make a lasting impact, and the importance of confidence in communication. Plus, we'll touch on the best ways to handle tough conversations, build rapport with others, and adapt your communication style based on your audience. By the end of this episode, you'll walk away with actionable strategies to improve the way you express yourself, whether you're speaking one-on-one, in front of a group, or even writing messages online. So get ready, because today's episode is all about unlocking the potential of your communication skills. Let's get started. All right, let's dive into the first major point: active listening. This is one of the most underrated yet most powerful aspects of effective communication. Think about it. How often do we find ourselves in conversations where we're not really listening, but instead just waiting for our turn to speak? Maybe we're distracted, formulating our response before the other person has even finished talking, or just nodding along without truly absorbing what's being said. But real communication, meaningful communication, begins with listening, and not just hearing words, but truly understanding the speaker's perspective. Active listening is all about being present. That means eliminating distractions, putting away your phone, maintaining good eye contact, and giving the speaker your undivided attention. It's about creating space for them to share their thoughts without interruption, showing through your body language that you're engaged, and responding in ways that encourage deeper conversation. And here's the thing: when you practice active listening, people notice. It builds trust, strengthens relationships, and makes the speaker feel heard, which is one of the most valuable things you can offer in any conversation. Now, one of the best ways to show you're listening is by paraphrasing or reflecting back what was said. For example, if someone tells you about a challenge they're facing at work, instead of just responding with advice right away, try summarizing what they said first. Something like, "So it sounds like you're struggling with balancing priorities and meeting deadlines. That must be really frustrating." This not only confirms that you understand their concerns, but it also allows them to expand on their thoughts if needed. It keeps the conversation open and flowing rather than shutting it down prematurely. Another key aspect of active listening is asking the right questions. Open-ended questions, ones that invite explanation rather than simple yes or no answers, can completely change the depth of a conversation. Instead of asking, "Did you have a good day?" you might ask, "What was the highlight of your day?" See the difference? The second question invites reflection and storytelling, making the conversation more engaging and meaningful. One mistake many people make is assuming that listening is passive, when in reality, it's one of the most active skills in communication. It's about showing interest, picking up on subtle cues, and making the other person feel understood. If you're listening just to respond, you're missing the point. Listen to connect, listen to understand, and listen because the person speaking is offering something valuable. Whether it's their perspective, their emotions, or their ideas. And when you do this effectively, communication transforms. You move beyond surface-level exchanges into conversations that actually matter. So next time you're in a conversation, challenge yourself to be fully present. Resist the urge to formulate your response while the other person is speaking, ask thoughtful questions, and reflect back what you hear to make sure you truly understand. And most importantly, recognize that listening isn't just a skill. It's a gift, one that can deeply impact the way you connect with others. Communication isn't just about words. It's about how we deliver them. Before we even speak, our body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice are already telling a story. You might say you're confident, but if your posture is closed off and your tone sounds hesitant, the message isn't landing the way you want. That's why mastering nonverbal communication is so important. It enhances how we're perceived and strengthens our ability to connect with others. Think about eye contact. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful tools for engagement. When we hold eye contact naturally, it signals confidence and attentiveness. Too little, and it might seem like we're distracted. Too much and it can feel intense. Striking the right balance, meeting someone's gaze, looking away naturally, then re-engaging, creates a comfortable rhythm that builds trust. Facial expressions are another key factor. A smile can instantly shift the tone of a conversation, making it feel warmer and more inviting. On the flip side, tension in the face, like a furrowed brow or a tight jaw, can unintentionally signal frustration, even if that's not the message we're trying to send. The key is making sure your expressions align with what you're saying, reinforcing your words instead of contradicting them. Then there's tone of voice. The way we say something shapes how it's received. A statement delivered with warmth and energy feels engaging, while the same words spoken in a flat, uninterested tone can make them lose their impact. Pitch, volume, and pacing all play a role in how our message lands. Speaking too fast might come across as nervousness, while speaking too slow might make us seem disengaged. Finding a natural flow keeps conversations dynamic. When we get these nonverbal elements right, communication becomes more than just words, it becomes an experience. It helps us connect, build trust, and leave a lasting impression. And that's the real power of communication. It's not just about speaking, it's about how we make people feel in every interaction. Let's talk about confidence in communication. So many people struggle with expressing themselves clearly because they feel uncertain or nervous, and that lack of confidence shows in their words, tone, and body language. But here's the thing. Confidence isn't just about feeling secure in what you're saying. It's about how you present yourself, how you engage with others, and how you make people believe in your message. Think about it. When you listen to someone who speaks with conviction, you naturally trust their words more. Their tone is steady, their posture is strong, and they don't second-guess themselves. Even if they pause, they do it with purpose. On the other hand, someone who hesitates, mumbles, or avoids eye contact can unintentionally make their words seem weaker. Confidence isn't about being loud or dominating a conversation. It's about being sure of yourself and projecting that assurance to others. One way to build confidence in communication is preparation. Whether it's a speech, a presentation, or even a difficult conversation, knowing your key points in advance helps you stay composed. But beyond that, it's about how you deliver your message. Speak at a steady pace, with a tone that suits the situation. Avoid rushing your words. Taking your time makes you appear more in control. Body language also plays a huge role. Stand or sit with an open posture, maintain eye contact, and use gestures naturally. If your body looks uncomfortable, your words won't carry the same weight. And then there's the mental side, reminding yourself that your voice and perspective matter. Confidence isn't about perfection. It's about trusting yourself in the moment. The more you practice confident communication, the more natural it becomes. Conversations flow better, people engage more, and your words carry impact. So whether you're speaking to a crowd, in a meeting, or just in casual discussions, trust yourself. Own your message. And remember, the way you present yourself is just as important as what you say. Empathy and emotional intelligence are the foundation of meaningful communication. They shape how we connect with others, resolve conflicts, and build stronger relationships. Empathy allows us to understand another person's perspective, not just hearing their words but feeling their emotions. When we approach conversations with empathy, we create a space where people feel valued and understood, making discussions more open and constructive. Emotional intelligence enhances this by helping us recognize and regulate our own emotions while being aware of the emotions of those around us. This awareness allows us to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. In moments of tension or disagreement, emotional intelligence helps us stay composed, preventing escalation and fostering a more productive dialogue. Practicing empathy starts with active listening, making a conscious effort to absorb what someone is saying without rushing to respond or judge. It involves asking questions to better understand their viewpoint and validating their feelings, even if we don't necessarily agree. Simple gestures like nodding, maintaining eye contact, and acknowledging emotions with phrases like "I understand why that's frustrating" can make a significant difference in communication. Emotional intelligence also helps us handle criticism and feedback with grace, allowing us to process information without taking it personally. Instead of reacting defensively, it encourages us to reflect and respond constructively. These skills are crucial in both personal and professional settings, making interactions smoother and more impactful. When we communicate with empathy and emotional intelligence, we strengthen our ability to connect, engage, and influence. Whether navigating difficult conversations or simply building better relationships, these traits create deeper understanding and mutual respect, transforming communication into a powerful tool for connection. Public speaking can feel intimidating, but when mastered, it becomes one of the most powerful communication skills. The ability to speak confidently in front of others influences how your message is received, whether in meetings, presentations, or social interactions. The key isn't perfection. It's preparation and presence. One of the first challenges people face is fear of speaking in front of an audience. It's completely natural, but instead of letting nerves take over, channel that energy into focus. Preparation is the best way to build confidence. Knowing your material, practicing aloud, and refining your delivery ensures that you step into the moment feeling ready rather than anxious. Structure also plays a big role in effective public speaking. A strong introduction grabs attention, whether with a thought-provoking statement, a powerful story, or an engaging question. The main content should be clear and well-organized, flowing naturally from one point to the next. And the conclusion should leave a lasting impression, reinforcing the key takeaway or inspiring action. Delivery matters just as much as content. Your voice should vary in pitch and pace to maintain engagement. A monotone delivery can lose attention, while vocal inflection makes your message dynamic and persuasive. Body language is equally important. Open gestures, eye contact, and an upright posture convey confidence and enthusiasm. Handling nerves is another crucial element. Breathing exercises, pausing naturally instead of rushing, and embracing moments of silence all help maintain composure. Nervousness is often less visible to an audience than you think, so focusing on your message rather than your fear can shift your mindset. Public speaking isn't just about addressing large crowds. It's about confidently sharing ideas in any setting. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and soon, speaking in front of others transitions from something daunting to something empowering. Persuasion is one of the most powerful communication skills, shaping how we influence others, build arguments, and inspire action. Whether in negotiations, presentations, or everyday conversations, the ability to persuade effectively comes down to understanding the audience, structuring arguments clearly, and delivering with confidence. A compelling message begins with knowing who you're speaking to. Persuasion isn't about forcing an idea. It's about presenting it in a way that resonates with the listener's perspective. People are more likely to be convinced when they feel heard, so addressing their concerns, values, or objections strengthens the impact. Then comes structure. The best persuasive arguments follow a logical flow, starting with a strong opening that grabs attention, followed by clear reasoning supported by examples or evidence. Storytelling can be a powerful tool in persuasion, making an argument relatable and engaging rather than just informational. Delivery is just as important. Confidence in speech, through tone, pacing, and body language, makes a message more persuasive. A hesitant voice or uncertain phrasing weakens an argument, while steady, clear speech reinforces conviction. Persuasion isn't just about making a point. It's about building trust and credibility. When done well, it doesn't feel like manipulation, but rather a natural exchange of ideas that leads to understanding and action. Mastering this skill opens doors to stronger leadership, influence, and more compelling conversations. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools in communication. It captivates, engages, and makes messages memorable. Whether in conversations, presentations, or even leadership, weaving a compelling narrative turns simple information into an experience. People connect with stories because they evoke emotion. Instead of just stating facts, framing ideas through real-life examples, personal anecdotes, or relatable scenarios keeps listeners invested. A well-crafted story has structure. A beginning that grabs attention, a middle that builds intrigue, and an ending that leaves a lasting impression. Delivery matters too. The way a story is told, through tone, pacing, and expression, can bring it to life. Speaking with energy, pausing at key moments, and varying tone keeps audiences engaged. Strong storytelling doesn't just inform. It resonates, persuades, and inspires. In any form of communication, whether casual or formal, storytelling adds depth, making ideas not just heard, but felt and remembered. It's what turns ordinary messages into extraordinary connections. Handling difficult conversations is a crucial communication skill, allowing us to navigate emotional or tense discussions with clarity and confidence. The first key to managing these moments effectively is staying calm. When emotions run high, it's easy to react impulsively, but maintaining composure sets the stage for a more productive exchange. Listening is another important factor. Many people focus so much on defending their position that they don't truly hear the other person. But taking the time to listen attentively, acknowledge feelings, and ask thoughtful questions fosters understanding. The way we phrase our words can also shift the tone of a conversation. Instead of making accusations, framing statements around personal feelings encourages dialogue rather than defensiveness. At the end of a difficult conversation, finding a resolution is essential. Whether it's establishing boundaries, reaching a compromise, or simply ensuring both sides feel heard, clarity prevents lingering frustration. While challenging, these conversations are opportunities to strengthen relationships, deepen trust, and improve communication in the long run. Clear and concise communication ensures that messages are understood without confusion or misinterpretation. One of the most effective ways to achieve clarity is by focusing on the core message and removing unnecessary complexity. Before speaking or writing, identifying the essential idea makes communication more direct. Overly technical language or jargon can create barriers, so using simple, relatable words makes ideas more accessible to a wider audience. Conciseness also involves eliminating filler words and avoiding long-winded explanations when a short, impactful statement would suffice. Pausing strategically helps maintain clarity, allowing the audience to process information effectively. Structuring thoughts logically and using active voice makes communication engaging and to the point. When people communicate clearly, they build trust and credibility, ensuring that their message resonates. Whether in conversations, presentations, or writing, refining communication to be precise yet compelling enhances understanding and strengthens connections. Effective communication in the workplace is one of the most important skills for building strong teams, increasing productivity, and maintaining a positive work environment. When people communicate well, collaboration improves, misunderstandings decrease, and efficiency rises. Whether it's through emails, meetings, or informal discussions, the way employees interact shapes the overall atmosphere and success of an organization. Clarity is the foundation of professional communication. Expressing thoughts and expectations in a direct and precise way prevents confusion and ensures that everyone is on the same page. Using clear and straightforward language, avoiding unnecessary jargon, and structuring messages logically all contribute to better understanding. This is especially important in tasks that require teamwork, where miscommunication can lead to errors and delays. Active listening is another crucial component. In workplace discussions, people often focus on formulating their responses rather than truly hearing what's being said. However, listening attentively and asking clarifying questions ensures that employees fully understand instructions, feedback, or concerns. A workplace where people actively listen fosters collaboration and reduces frustration. Tone also plays a key role. Maintaining professionalism, even in difficult conversations, helps build a respectful work environment. Whether speaking with colleagues, managers, or clients, the way a message is delivered affects how it is received. A calm, confident tone conveys credibility, while an aggressive or dismissive tone can create tension. The ability to control tone and word choice in conversations, emails, and meetings ensures that communication remains productive. Adapting communication styles based on the audience is another essential skill. Speaking with colleagues casually may be appropriate, but addressing a client or executive requires a different approach. Understanding the expectations and communication preferences of different groups helps messages be received more effectively. For example, providing detailed explanations may be necessary for new employees, while concise summaries might be more useful for busy executives. Written communication is just as important as verbal interactions. Emails, reports, and presentations should be structured clearly, with key points emphasized for quick comprehension. Overly long or vague emails can be frustrating and may lead to misinterpretation. Using bullet points, highlighting important details, and proofreading messages before sending them helps improve clarity. Nonverbal communication also impacts workplace interactions. Body language, facial expressions, and gestures contribute to the overall message. Maintaining eye contact, using open gestures, and having an approachable posture can make discussions feel more engaging and collaborative. On the other hand, avoiding eye contact or crossing arms may unintentionally convey discomfort or resistance. Constructive feedback is another crucial part of workplace communication. Providing feedback in a way that is supportive rather than critical helps employees grow and improve their performance. Instead of pointing out mistakes bluntly, offering guidance with encouragement ensures that feedback is received positively. Similarly, being open to receiving feedback without becoming defensive allows for personal and professional development. Conflict resolution is an inevitable aspect of professional interactions. Disagreements will arise, but how they are handled determines whether they strengthen or weaken relationships. Addressing issues calmly, focusing on solutions rather than assigning blame, and listening to all perspectives are key strategies for resolving conflicts effectively. Strong workplace communication builds trust, strengthens relationships, and ensures smoother collaboration. When employees feel heard and understood, they are more engaged and motivated in their work. By practicing clarity, active listening, professionalism, adaptability, and effective feedback, professionals can create a positive and productive work environment, benefiting both individuals and the organization as a whole. Digital communication has become a central part of how we connect, whether through emails, social media, messaging apps, or video calls. But navigating online interactions effectively requires awareness of etiquette, clarity, and tone. Unlike face-to-face conversations, digital communication lacks nonverbal cues, meaning words and phrasing carry even more weight. One key aspect of digital etiquette is clarity. Emails and messages should be concise, ensuring that the recipient understands the intent without confusion. Overly long or vague messages can lead to misinterpretation, while direct and structured communication enhances efficiency. Similarly, considering the audience when selecting tone is important. A casual message among friends differs from a formal email in a professional setting. Respecting response times is another element of good digital communication. While instant messaging is convenient, not everyone is available to reply immediately. Being patient and understanding prevents unnecessary pressure or frustration. Additionally, avoiding excessive use of capital letters, emojis, or punctuation helps maintain professionalism in formal conversations. Social media presents another layer of digital etiquette. Engaging in discussions respectfully, fact-checking before sharing information, and maintaining a positive presence contribute to meaningful interactions. Since tone can be harder to interpret online, rereading messages before posting can prevent unintended conflicts. Video calls have their own set of etiquette rules. Maintaining eye contact, minimizing distractions, and being mindful of background noise ensure smoother communication. Whether in professional meetings or casual chats, being present and attentive fosters engagement. The digital world is constantly evolving, and mastering communication in this space enhances how we connect, collaborate, and engage. By prioritizing clarity, respect, and thoughtful expression, digital interactions become more effective and enjoyable. Building rapport is one of the most powerful tools in effective communication. When people feel comfortable and connected, conversations become more engaging, trust is strengthened, and relationships grow. Rapport isn't just about being friendly, it's about creating a sense of understanding and mutual respect. A key element of building rapport is active listening. When people feel truly heard, they are more likely to open up and engage in meaningful discussions. Making eye contact, nodding, and asking thoughtful follow-up questions show that you are genuinely interested in what the other person is saying. Another important factor is mirroring. Subtly reflecting someone's tone, gestures, or speech patterns can create an unconscious sense of familiarity and connection. It's not about imitation but rather finding a natural rhythm in conversation. Authenticity is essential. People respond best to sincerity, so approaching interactions with genuine interest and warmth helps establish stronger relationships. Showing empathy, using humor when appropriate, and sharing personal insights can make conversations feel more natural and engaging. Whether in professional settings or social interactions, building rapport enhances communication, fosters collaboration, and creates a positive atmosphere. The more we connect with people on a personal level, the more impactful and memorable our conversations become. Negotiation is an essential skill in both personal and professional interactions, allowing people to find common ground while achieving their desired outcomes. Successful negotiation isn't about overpowering the other side. It's about striking a balance between assertiveness and cooperation. One of the first steps in effective negotiation is preparation. Understanding your goals, knowing what you're willing to compromise on, and anticipating potential objections all help strengthen your position. The more prepared you are, the more confidently you can present your case. Active listening plays a huge role in negotiation. Many people focus on making their argument rather than truly understanding the other person's perspective. However, listening carefully and responding to their concerns shows respect and increases the likelihood of reaching a fair agreement. Confidence in communication also makes a difference. Speaking clearly, maintaining steady eye contact, and using a calm tone convey authority and credibility. Hesitation or uncertainty can weaken your position, while steady and composed delivery strengthens it. Flexibility is key. While standing firm on important points is necessary, being too rigid can stall negotiations. Finding areas where compromise is possible helps move discussions forward. The goal of negotiation isn't just winning. It's finding solutions that benefit everyone involved. When done well, Negotiation fosters cooperation, builds stronger relationships, and ensures lasting agreements. Whether negotiating salaries, business deals, or personal decisions, mastering this skill creates more successful interactions. Asking the right questions can completely transform a conversation. Questions guide discussions, spark curiosity, and deepen understanding. They encourage people to share their thoughts, leading to more meaningful exchanges rather than surface-level interactions. Open-ended questions are particularly powerful, as they invite more than just yes or no answers. Instead of asking, "Did you like the event?" try, "What was your favorite part of the event?" This prompts a richer response and keeps the conversation flowing. Thoughtful questions show genuine interest, making interactions feel more engaging and personal. The way a question is framed also matters. A positive approach encourages discussion, while overly direct or critical phrasing might make someone defensive. For example, rather than asking, "Why don't you ever contribute in meetings?" a better alternative could be, "What would make you feel more comfortable contributing in meetings?" Questions can also guide problem solving. Instead of immediately offering solutions, asking, "What do you think could help improve the situation?" gives others the space to share their perspectives. This fosters collaboration and makes conversations feel more balanced. The ability to ask the right questions at the right time strengthens connections, encourages openness, and makes conversations more insightful. When we become intentional with our questions, we unlock deeper discussions that go beyond just exchanging information. Adapting communication styles is a crucial skill that allows us to connect effectively with different audiences, whether in personal conversations, professional settings, or public speaking. The way we communicate should align with the needs, expectations, and background of the listener to ensure clarity and engagement. Understanding your audience is the first step in adapting communication. A casual conversation with a friend requires a different approach than a formal business meeting. The tone, choice of words, and level of detail should be adjusted accordingly. For example, in professional environments, messages should be more structured and concise, while in social settings, a more relaxed and expressive style works better. Flexibility is key. Some people respond well to direct and assertive communication, while others prefer a more diplomatic approach. Observing how someone engages in conversation, whether they favor analytical details or emotional storytelling, helps in tailoring responses to resonate with them. Adjusting communication also involves nonverbal elements. Body language, gestures, and tone play a significant role in reinforcing the spoken message. In situations that require authority, a steady voice and confident posture enhance credibility, while in empathetic discussions, a softer tone and open gestures signal understanding. Being adaptable in communication improves relationships, builds trust, and ensures that messages are received as intended. Mastering this skill allows for deeper connections and more effective interactions in any situation. Effective communication is more than just words. It's the foundation of strong relationships, professional success, and personal growth. Whether through active listening, persuasive speech, nonverbal cues, or adaptability, mastering communication allows us to connect deeply, express ideas clearly, and navigate complex conversations with confidence. Every interaction, whether casual or formal, benefits from thoughtful communication. Clarity, empathy, and engagement transform simple exchanges into meaningful discussions. When we practice awareness in how we convey our thoughts, through tone, structure, and delivery, we shape how others perceive and respond to us. Ultimately, communication is about connection. The more we refine our ability to listen, express, and adapt, the more effective and impactful our conversations become. Strong communicators inspire, influence, and build trust, ensuring their words leave lasting impressions in both personal and professional spheres.